What is up, everybody? I'm back again with another one, guys. I was actually got a chance to actually join Dolly's video, his stream by audio, guys. I talked to Dolly about the 4 Idaho students that was brutally murdered. There actually was a guy who called in that was very suspicious, guys. I'm actually going to share this clip with you guys. It blew my mind, and I actually asked Dolly. I said, Dolly, who's this person? He said, I have absolutely no idea. So this is actually kind of spooky, guys, because this guy knows way too much about the 4 Idaho students brutally murdered, guys. So if your discretion is advised, guys. So I actually want to share this with you guys, but let's get right into the video.
Does it have something to do with the car? Does it have something to do with the Adam guy? What does the video have to do with? I keep hearing about Sweetie's latest. Jim is about deleting comments. Got a lot of good info close to the source. All right, well, shoot it to my Facebook. One of my mods, shoot it to my Facebook if it's that important that it's like, we got to see it. Okay, we'll skim through it real quick and see what's up.
And it's that important.
A lot of people have played it.
I have not heard it.
You believe that they were killed on the way out? Did anyone want to see what caller sent into another creator body cam video of that night with the kids in the park? I seen the one where they were messing with the kids with drinking and the people were walking by. And some people say you can hear a scream, but I'm not positive that's a scream or not. But let me open the phone lines back.
You know how many audio clips has actually been faked on this case, guys? And how many audio attempts has probably been attempted to be faked? A lot, guys. But see, whenever you do stuff like that, you get caught. And the YouTuber that actually did fake the audio, he got caught and he actually almost got his channel taken away, guys. And in my opinion, he should have got his channel taken away. That's just my opinion, guys. Anyways, the caller is about to the video is about to be played of this guy, and it gives me chills, guys. Let's listen to the video.
Back up to. Okay, phone lines are back open. One of my mods send me the link to this video they want me to check out, if you could. And then when I get it, I'll play it.
See, even Dolly's sitting there like, what is this video going to be about? Am I actually going to get this and have to actually edit my video? Am I going to have to cut this out? What am I going to have to do? That's actually what's going through Dolly's head right now. I've had them thoughts, and that's what's going through Dolly's head. Is this going to be worth my time, or is it not going to be worth my time? Anyways, let's get right back to the video.
Pebbles, look at my link. You got to send it to me on Facebook. If I click on the link, it closes my chat. So I won't be able to see what y'all are saying if I click on your links. Okay? So if you send me that link on Facebook, I can click on it, open it on this screen, and share that screen. If I click on this screen, it's going to close my chat, and then it won't let me back to the chat. Then I got to go back into YouTube, open the chat back up, and it's a lot of bullshit. Okay? That's why I tell everybody just send me the link. I don't have Facebook. Sorry. Mods, copy Pebbles links, and one of y'all send it to me. Okay, there, I got it. I got it. That wasn't so hard. Okay.
I'm a fighter pilot.
1 second. Let me mute this for the commercial. How long is this video?
Guys, if you remember way back in the day of Howard Stern, he actually was actually a radio broadcast. He actually had a killer actually call into his podcast. And he didn't know he was actually a real killer. The guy was actually a serial killer. And he was actually telling Howard Stern the real story about how he killed all these women and all these guys. And yes, the guy went on to kill like 12 people. And that is a true story. If you look up Howard Stern video of a serial killer calling his podcast and listen to it, guys. This guy actually reminds me of that type of guy. Yes, it's not in the same category. It may not be 100% a serial killer that called him, but this guy knows way too much. Anyways, guys, let me prove a point to you guys. Anyways, let's jump right into the video.
Speed it up a little bit. Oh, it's only a 5-minute video.
Listen, there is this very interesting video I've attached here. It's from a person whose family members inside the investigation. At least that's what they say. Let me know what you think after watching it. Oh, and thank you to the person who referred me to this video.
I just want to let you know that I'm a relative of someone inside the investigation, into the quadruple homicide in Idaho. I don't want to be any more specific than that because I don't want to put anybody in a challenging or contentious situation regarding their continued employment. And I will say what I'm about to tell you is secondhand, but it is from what I believe to be a very reliable source. Again, this can only be considered a rumor as I don't have firsthand knowledge. I never plan.
Okay, but if it's considered a rumor or it's from a reliable source, which one is it? Is it a rumor? Is it a reliable source? You just contradicted your word right there. And what you're going on to say, my friend, is totally 100% knowing way too much about this murder. Anyways, let's continue with the video.
And on posting any of this information out of respect for the victims' families. However, now that one of the victims' fathers has released some of the gruesome details himself, I'd like to share some of the investigative theory. As you know, the two women were found in the same bed, but
they're just playing some filter stuff in the background. It's just a guy talking, but it don't go with the video. So it is somebody that says they're a relative or somebody inside the Idaho 4 case. They know somebody inside the house, and this is their take on it. I mean, there's no real video to watch. It's just a dude talking, and they got some shit in the background. It don't go to what the dude's saying, so you just need to hear it.
With similar wounds, that's what's being reported. That's not exactly 100% true.
That is even more creepy, Dolly, because now you have somebody who's actually trying to hide their face as they're talking about 4 students that was brutally murdered and how the bodies was stacked and how the bodies was stabbed. That is totally crazy, guys. This video gives me chills. I hope the cops actually have this video, and I hope they go question this guy 100%. But you haven't heard the best yet. Let's continue.
At least in regard to the fact that they hadn't fallen to sleep in the same bed. One of the victim's wounds were deep gouges that were delivered with extremely aggressive force, so much so that the victim's liver and lungs were destroyed.
And how do you know this? Just being a friend of the family, you have either a real good inside connection that is feeding you information that's not supposed to be spilled out, or you know the killer. One or another. There's no in-betweens about this, my guy. There's none. And then towards the end of the video, you're like, oh, well, I hope nobody really sees all this or hears all this. How do you know how the bodies was stacked? The deep gouges and the rips. You're acting like you're the killer here. You know about the gouges, you know about the stabs, you know about the bodies stacked. The cops haven't even released that information. Anyways, guys, let's go on with the video.
Here's the theory that's happening. They definitely think it was a man because of the force of the wounds. The person must have been very strong. They think the man came into the room after doing what they did on the second floor. They went upstairs. The person cleanly and quietly unalived the first victim. The second victim awoke and tried to run. The man, they believe that the man possibly grabbed her, and she screamed loudly, apparently. The man then harmed her, and
she screamed. Okay, all right. It kind of goes with that one scream they heard.
The reason the wounds were of such...
And that may have been the scream, for sure. But you mean to tell me the next door neighbor heard the scream, but the people on the first floor didn't hear the scream? I just don't buy that whole story. And I don't buy this guy's story. The guy that's talking in Dolly's... The guy that Dolly's watching on a video, who's talking about the 4 students that was brutally murdered, with the details that this guy has he's talking about, this guy saw something. He saw something. What is he going to do? Who's going to tell him the bodies was stacked? They was ripped. How deep the stabs was. He's telling 100% evidence in eyesight of him seeing something happening. And guys, this goes into my theory of 2 people being the murderer. It does. You have somebody actually calling now, talking about the wounds, talking about the stabs, talking about how the bodies was actually stacked. Like, he just wants to get it out. And you could tell in his voice he is 100% scared as well. Now, that is my theory, guys. Don't run with that, what I said and spread it all over, because that's just my theory about the two people. I think it took 2 people to brutally stab 4 people. And this guy is actually talking like he was in the room at the same time. That's it. Anyways, guys, let's jump right into the video.
Force. He was doing it. He was delivering it quickly and forcibly to quiet her, which I apologize for how I know it's disturbing, but anyway, how do we know that she screamed? Because 3 individuals reported hearing a scream between 3:45 and 4 o'clock. That's why the police have such a specific time frame as to when the murders occurred.
This is somebody that says they know somebody that was inside the house. They have inside knowledge.
Because I don't know if you noticed, but the authorities weren't called the next day until late in the morning, yet they had a very specific time frame when the murder happened. They think the...
Okay, so let me clear this up real quick. None of the college students went upstairs to see the horrific scene, guys. None of them did. The cops was called, the cops came, and the cops went upstairs and seen the bodies, and so did the father. So, the college students never seen the body except the guy who was actually outside the door on the 2nd floor that was stabbed to death. So she called 911. She ran out the back door on the 1st floor, the numeric code door, ran outside, passed out. Her roommate in the 1st floor ran outside, got the phone, finished the phone call. That's the reason why they told the cops there was an incoherent person. She didn't see the body that was brutally stabbed. Only the first one who passed out that tried to make the 911 phone call that was in the 1st floor of 1122, which is Moscow, Idaho, of the 4 students that was brutally stabbed, their house, the most sought out house off campus for college students and parties. They didn't see the bodies. So who did this guy get the information from? Then again, this guy is talking like he knows somebody who actually did the murder, or he saw what the murder was. How else are you going to talk like this? You're talking like you was actually standing there. They severed the liver. How do you know all this? The coroner hasn't even released that information, and neither has the cops. Does not take a brain scientist. Anyways, guys, let's continue with the video.
Scream is why. And after reviewing video files from the neighborhood, they reviewed security cameras in the area, and they have an audio file I haven't heard it, but I was told that you could clearly hear a loud scream from a female. That scream was recorded at exactly 3:38 a.m. Neighbors say they didn't call the police because they said there's often loud noise coming from the house. I was told that there are parties there all the time. Again, I don't know if that's true, but it's what I was told. The weapon used was a long serrated-edged hunting knife with a fixed blade. The weapon had not been in the house. The person brought it with them and took it when they left. The 2 victims were on the same bed, not side by side. One victim was found on top of the other. The reason is that the one tried to escape and was grabbed, harmed, and then shoved and fell on top of her friend. That is why there's a lot of blood mixtures on at the scene. They're also desperately looking for this white car. The reason being is that it was seen speeding by an A&W gas station. I don't even know what that is, but anyway, again, it could be wrong. I was just told.
A&W gas station is like a gas station that has like the A&W little place inside of it. There's like some of them have like Dunkin' Donuts inside of them.
It was seen speeding by an A&W gas station / hangout at 3:45. Now, if the scream was recorded at 3:38 and the car sped by at 3:45, it's a very tight time frame, but it is possible that the person left immediately and rushed and was seen speeding by. Also, the scream may have been what caused the person to quickly leave. That scream could have been what saved the other 2 roommates' lives. The person knew that they might be detected, so they sped away. Again, this is all just rumor. Take it for what it is. I just pray for these young people. I hope they rest in peace and that their families can find peace after this horrible crime. And I hope that the person who committed it can be brought to justice.
It's dinner time with Panera.
Right. Let me mute that. So, you know, that's somebody that says they have inside knowledge. And that's the second time today I heard somebody say the bodies were stacked on top of each other. that one person was laying on top of the other. So I don't know if that's just circulating around the internet or what. Okay. But maybe it's true, maybe it ain't. You know, really the only thing we know that's true is when the police put it out.
And the police has not even talked about the bodies being stacked. So how does this guy, even if this guy has inside information about the bodies being stacked, who is this guy? Is he an FBI agent? Because he actually has to be somebody. Either that or he knows the killer. There's no other way around this whole story. That's actually almost like a confession, it sounds like, guys. This is just totally weird and out there. The guy knows too much. Anyways, guys, so I actually joined his audio podcast. So actually, I'm going to fast forward to that because I actually talked to him about the 5 students that was brutally murdered in Moscow, Idaho. So we actually jump forward to that, actually.
That was a video that the YouTube creator Sweetie Pilo put out, and he said he had, let's be honest, you know, he was in a white Bronco. They were driving like 35 miles an hour.
There we go.
Yeah. Hey, Dolly, I'm just watching your live.
Okay. Person sitting in the car in the
It's like you have the FBI, you have special agents, you have the cops. Why can't you guys do it? This is your guys' job. You know.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather see them ask for help from the public than not ask when they ain't got nothing. But when they start asking for the public's help, that's really when it's bad, because that's when they really don't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's crazy. I mean, you have the FBI, the special agents, and the cops asking for public help.
Mm-hmm.
And before long, they're gonna have a court order of everybody getting up DNA in Idaho.
Everybody give up. There's only 30,000 people. It won't take too long.
It's crazy.
We'll have this
bro,
in
it's
about
crazy.
12 years.
It's crazy shit, bro. I was like, whenever I heard about the next door neighbors giving up DNA because they wanted to, I was like, are you serious?
What?
Before you know it, we're gonna have a Red Cross truck driving around the neighborhood. It's horrendous. I mean,
some of the neighbors are weird, man. When people start acting weird, it makes me weird. Like, the neighbor just seems so weird to me. I just like, this dude's weird as shit. I wouldn't want him to be my neighbor.
Well, I mean, you have that juggler. You know, I done a video today about him. You have him, but I mean, he's a chef. So people are telling him, saying he's good with a knife, so he could be the killer. It's like, just because you're a chef doesn't make you a killer. Doesn't make you good with a knife.
Yeah, if he was a chef, he would have a chef's knife. They'd be filleted. They wouldn't stab with a Rambo style knife.
I mean, he's a juggler, and people say he's socially awkward. He did give the girls a bottle of wine at one time, and he said they was attractive. But other than that, he never talked to the girls ever again.
Yeah.
So, and that was that.
You know why? Because he liked to juggle balls.
Yeah. Oh, good God.
That's why you don't talk to the ladies getting after that bottle of wine, right? Straight dudes don't have a bottle of liquor anyway.
I mean, I just wanted to talk to you about it for a minute and discuss it for a minute, because it's crazy, because there's no killer, there's no DNA. They said there's DNA underneath the girl's fingernails. Well, get it.
Yeah, maybe. Like,
I mean,
I think, though, you got this case, if it's a young killer, they might not have their DNA on file. So even if you get the DNA, you won't know who it matches to unless they have a family member, close family member that has done something, and then they could track it like that.
Yeah. So, the cops don't know anything. This is kind of like the Kylie Rodney case. I hate to bring that up. I'm not going to go any further with that. But
well, I'm going to be talking about that later tonight, so I ain't going to stick around too much longer yet, because I'm going to come back later tonight and talk about a little bit of church, talking about the Kylie Rodney stuff, and go over that, recap it a little bit, bring back time traveling is what I like to call it.
Well, I've been doing videos about Kylie Rodney, so I'm starting at the beginning, and I'm going to work my way through everything. And you'd be surprised at the stuff that you actually find and come up with through your videos, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's still going, so I haven't seen what he said, but I know it got to be something crazy at church. You know what I'm saying? So
church.
Don't spoil it for me, because I'm trying to watch it. Watch it. Right, I definitely will watch it.
That's my boy. Church actually pinned one of my videos the other day and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch it and see what he says. But look, Bear Bones, I appreciate you calling in, man. You be good, stay safe, and if I don't get to talk to you between now and Christmas, Merry Christmas to you, Happy Holidays to you and your family.
Merry Christmas to you, bro. Thank you for having me on. Have a good one.
All right, peace.
There you guys go. Guys, I had a blast with Dolly talking to him about that for a short moment, guys. And I'm actually going to try to go on his show at further time, guys. He actually offered me on his show before, and I tried to get a hold of him, but I don't have it. I got to get a hold of him, guys. That's what I got to do. So anyways, guys, 4 Idaho students brutally murdered in Moscow, Idaho. So the video that actually got sent to Dolly, what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments. It actually almost sounded like a confession or something, guys. It is actually weird. Nobody actually has a video given that much detail without it being like an FBI agent or, well, the killer or the killers or the killer's friend. Just because you are a family friend of the family, you really think you're going to come forward with that information and hurt the family? You're not going to, guys. Anyways, I think this guy knows a lot more of what he's talking about. Anyways, I'm not talking about Dolly. I'm talking about the guy who actually was on the video talking about the 4 college students, how they were stacked on top of each other, stabbed. He had too much information, guys. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here because I actually talked to you guys forever. But look, first, love yourself, like yourself, being nothing but yourself. Like and subscribe to the channel. It's highly appreciated, guys. And please hit that subscribe button, guys. It is totally free. Hit the like button. It actually helps my videos get an algorithm, guys. Without you guys, I would be nothing. Anyways, your boy Deuces. I'm out. Thank you, guys.